Let's look at the criticism of the Kantian theory or the weaknesses of the Kantian theory. First is that undervaluing outcomes, because it's a non-consequential theory. It does not consider the consequences of the actions. Obviously, one of these problems is that there is rather little consideration of the outcome of one's action in ethics of duty, since it gives you the real way of assessing these outcomes. It considers mainly the intentions compared to the outcomes. So the first criticism is undervaluing outcomes. Another criticism is complexity. The idea of duty of ethics is quite simple. Basically, it is about considering whether the action is right by looking at whether it is your duty to do it or not. But when it comes to things of categorical imperative, like it's not easy not to treat someone as means to get what you want, because it's what people always do. So it means that it's not easy to treat someone as ends in themselves and not as means. Like we usually treat them as means to get what we want. Once you get what you want, you stop the relationship between you and those people or and that person. So it is quite complex in that term of treating people as ends in themselves and not as means. Another criticism is optimism. Kantian theory is quite optimistic. His view of a man as a rational actor who acts consequently according to self-imposed duties seems more of an ideal than a reality with regard to a business actor. Because a business actor, if you have your own business, it is not your duty to operate it, because you can decide not to and it can be okay. So the thing of acting out of duty, it does not apply in every case. Yeah, so it is quite optimistic. Then the last criticism is that it assumes that all business actors are rational, like they all act basing on their brains or their heads, they reason by heads. No, some business actors are irrational, like they act according to their feelings, emotions, hearts, something like that. They use the heart to reason and not the brains. So those are the four criticisms of the theory: undervaluing outcomes, complexity, optimism, and then assumes that all business actors are rational.